Alright, what up, tubers? Yes. Joel Pal, Jackhammer Mike. Another lame video. No. I want to rant. No. Totally want to rant. Max, come on. Get your blankie. Get your blankie. Good boy. Good boy. Blankie. Let's go in. Close the crystal silo. We got neighbors out right now, and I really don't need them listening to me rant. Oh, here's a scoop. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. I'm in a little bit of a tussle with a subscriber, and you subscriber, you know who you are. Supposedly it's a chick. Not that it makes a difference. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I don't give a shit who you are. But this person is coming off as a know-it-all. An armchair elitist, as I like to call him. A person who has an answer for everything, knows everything about everything, and rolls in and tells me what I need for my situation out here in the desert. Like they're some sort of expert. Apparently they live, I don't know if it's Montana, North Dakota, somewhere out there that's got nothing to do with the desert out here. And the biggest problem I have with it is that the person has absolutely no content on their site whatsoever. So I get this big, long, multi-paragraph, giant hunk of shit that's trying to tell me what I need to do, and that my shotgun sucks for out in the desert, and my AR sucks at 223, and this sucks, that sucks, you need this, you need a 22, and you need this, you gotta have that, and you ought to try this rifle here because this is the best on the market for the price, whatever. I could go on and on and on. First off, this person is talking about the short range of an AR-15, okay? And I gotta give that to him because whoever, the AR is maybe good to about 400 yards. I could hit 500 with it if I wanted to, if I could, but the bullet is gonna, it's not gonna have the power at 500 yards. Even with my Colt 6920, Mr. Viewer, critic, whatever you are, LE 6920, it's got a 16-inch barrel and a 1-in-7 twist, okay? It's made to shoot heavy bullets. In fact, the Barnes 85 grainers that I have in there, the hollow points for self-defense that I have in it, specifically states they want a rifle that has a 1-in-8 twist or better. Because that bullet needs to get stabilized because it's such a heavy hitter. But, the thing of it is that, this person is just rambling and ranting about how great the 308 is. And granted, 308 is a fantastic caliber. It's a rifle that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I was going to pull the trigger on a Smith & Wesson M&P 10 a while back, but I decided that this shotgun is going to be more practical for right now because of the home defense aspect of it. My AR for home defense, you could use it. I don't recommend it. You have over penetration. You definitely have issues with missing your target. Even if you hit your target, your chances of your bullet going through is pretty high. And if you miss or whatever, that bullet is going to go through your walls. It's going to go through the side of your house. It's going to go into your neighbor's house. I don't live out in the rural areas. I live in a neighborhood. So, AR, no, it's not my first choice for home defense. Do I have it loaded? All my weapons are loaded. I'm ready to fire. If I have to grab one from wherever, I've got it, and it's loaded, chambered, it's ready. Every one of them, except this one. Now it is. So practicality, the shotgun was a better choice for me as I build my arsenal, quote unquote, for all you lefty bedwetters out there. And you can call it an arsenal if you want to. Again, this person is just totally rambling on and stating a bunch of shit that is just crap. It's just absolute crap. Knows nothing of the situation, knows nothing of our area, knows absolutely nothing about our circumstances and what we do. Yet they feel the need to comment and blab on and instruct us on everything. So my point to this whole bitch session is that, you know, I love the criticism. I love your guys' comments, all of them. Everything is completely useful in one way or another, including this person's rant. It just pissed me off, and I felt like I had to reply to it, and I did. And I actually replied to it several times because it still pisses me off. You know, Armchair Elitists roll in here and, you know, criticize us on, you know, what we do or what we've got, and that gun sucks, or this, that, and the other. Like, you know what? Fuck you. Let me see your videos. Okay? Talk is cheap. Talk is real cheap. You know, you want to criticize, that's one thing. You want to make a suggestion, I love that. You guys are really good about it too. Hey, Mike, Jackhammer Mike, I tried this, I've got that. You know, you might want to look into it, and I have. You guys have taught me stuff. I love that. You know, I'm not closed-minded. I don't know everything. I'm not a tactical expert at all, by any means. But, you know, this person rolls in and just, like, insulted me and pissed me off. Some of the comment was about, you know, shooting, the long-range shooting and shit. And, you know, how bad the AR-15 is. So, first off, the ARs that I carry, the one I have, the one that TCP has, we both can shoot 5.56 and 2.23. 5.56 is our first choice, 2.23 is second. For the most part, we shoot them both. So that means if shit hits the fan and we're stepping over dead bodies and we can find ammo, we're going to be able to find more 2.23 or 5.56 and be able to shoot them both rather than 308. Yeah, 308, you're going to be able to find it. Not nearly as common as some of the other crap that this guy was talking about. This girl, all her militia buddies and their Lapuas and 300 blackouts and all these other exotic loads. It's like, you're not going to find that shit. Good luck. Whatever. So it's just stupid. Again, pointing out that ignorance is, you know, that's, they just show it right off the bat, you know. It's like, oh yeah, you know, my guys are all using this platform and this load and all this other crap, and like, yeah, hey, good luck. I got an AR-15 that eats brass, steel, whatever you can throw at it, 2.23, 5.56, it shoots it all day long. That Colt is flawless. Old Painless here has had her issues. I think the bugs are all worked out of her though. As far as having some Duracoat on the inside of it, the shell's not catching up in the mag tube. I think that's all pretty much worked out now. And this fucking idiot, you know, it's like, oh, the shotgun is useless out there in the desert. Like, really, dude? First off, you know, like I wrote And I'll load when we're out in desert, when we're hiking, night hiking and stuff, where we might have a chance of running into a snake, a rabbit or whatever. Hi Max, pirate dog. The first round or two that I'll have in here is high brass, birdshot, number 4 birdshot. Totally takes care of any critter that I might come into at close range. Granted, the shotgun is definitely a short range rifle. Everything after the first 2 rounds is all double out buck. And this person's like, well, if you shoot a snake with double out buck, you have a higher chance of catching a ricochet. Like, what? Shut up. Higher chance of catching a ricochet. Again, you don't know where we are. You don't know what our environment is like. You don't know that most of the places that we walk are sand, riverbeds, shit like that. And I'm not going to be shooting, you know, I mean, I don't even exactly know what you're fucking talking about and catching a ricochet. I know. They're crazy, huh, Max? Totally. What other stupid ass comments did they make? Oh, I don't know. They had to reply to what I said yesterday, and so I get this big, long 2-part explanation of, you know, this person being a homesteader and preppers way back, you know, in the 70s or whatever. Parents belonged to militias and yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Again, Armchair Elitists. Talk is cheap. You can pretty much say anything you want on the internet. Doesn't impress me at all. It's full of you're full of crap. Until you put some content up on your website, you're full of crap. Oh, I remember something about, you know, the 308 or the AR-15. You know, because of the wind that we had out there, we had sustained winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour and 25 mile an hour gusts. And this person happened to post a ballistics guide chart, whatever, from Hornady on bullet weight and, you know, how much wind is going to throw off your bullet. And I was like, you know what, stupid ass? That's all fine and dandy, being all book smart and all like that. But it doesn't do you any fucking good at all unless you're out in the field and you're practicing. You know, the last run, we made 3 runs last weekend. We're going to go out next weekend. Hopefully we'll have a couple other dudes roll in with us to shoot. So I won't look so bad. Because TCP just kicked my ass all over the course this weekend, or last weekend. But the only way you're going to get proficient at what you do is you fire or you practice in all kinds of weather conditions. That wind was an eye-opener because compensating for it, holding off the plate to the right, definitely brought the bullet in and got a 200-yard hit a couple of times. It was still hard, still breathing. The breathing and the control, trying to control your body when you're breathing hard, and your reticle is all moving all over the place because your pulse rate, you can hold your breath all day long, but your pulse rate is still making everything move. It's a tough shot at 200 yards. And, all I can say is, this person wants to come and criticize and do whatever you want to do. Again, bring it, don't sing it, dude, chick, whatever. Let's see your shit. Let's see your run and gun. You talk a big game about shooting 1,000 yards, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. We could say that all day long. But we put it on the internet. We put it on our channels. We show you what we do. We show you how we shoot. We show you our gear. We're out testing a saw. We're testing a knife. Starting fires, cotton balls, man, dryer lint, all this other shit. We're not just testing in the basement of our house, putting a little knife review out there and never using this knife. You've seen me baton wood with this thing. It looks all pretty now because it's painted, but I'm going to get this thing all scratched up all over again because I'm going to be batoning more wood with it. You've seen us work our double tap drill. When Sapper was here, we were all shooting double tap drills, having a blast. It was a lot of fun doing that stuff. So, again, actually, when Nick came out, Nick Makes Preps, I did the Silky Saw review. It was a fantastic saw. I love it. And, you know, various other things. The KEISHA Camp 10, you know, that knife. Went out in the field, chopped some wood, see how it worked. Worked great. Like it. And so, there you have it. So again, I don't mind the criticism. I don't mind critiques. I don't mind suggestions at all. But don't roll in here and be an armchair elitist, dude, because you're just going to get shut down right away. Thank you to you guys that are making replies to it, because it was just a retarded comment. Really appreciate you guys, you know, standing up and talking. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. Duracoat's done. Almost done. I gotta paint the sights, but I'm gonna give it another 24 hours or so before I put any tape on it. That came out pretty cool. Contingency plans holster came out pretty cool. Something a little different. Zippo lighter. You know what? I might give this away. I might make one and give it away. 3%. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, there you go. Sorry to be a Sunday bummer. I just needed a rant. Get that off my fat little chest. It's just retarded. You know, we do a lot of work to get videos out for you guys. And again, we have never ever said one way or another that we're any sort of experts at all. What works for us works for us. You know, if you like the gear, you like something that we've got, you know, feel free. Ask for it, you know, ask about it. Where do you get it? How much does it cost? All these other things. But don't roll in here and go, oh yeah, your shotgun, you ought to sell your shotgun and buy a 308. Sell your AR and buy a 308. Oi. Okay, size and weight constraints, SAWC. It's just, it's a good rifle. I'm not knocking it. It's a totally good rifle. I definitely need something a little bit longer. If something happens out there, you know, where we have to bug out to our location in the desert, I would like to have something that I could shoot effectively at 400, 500, 600 yards. There's cattle out there, javelina, there's deer, there's all sorts of critters out there that an AR-15, you know, will not necessarily take care of. On the other hand, there's a lot of brush, forest type of, you know, desert where unless you're up on a hill, you can't see 200 yards. Okay, unless you're really looking down the wash, and that's a stretch. Because of the way the wash moves, it dog legs and goes around, you know. Well, camp contingency, we can get at where we camp. We can see up the wash 100 yards. We can see down the wash maybe 150 yards, and then it turns, so you can't see anything past that point. You can't see anything because of all the trees, the greenery, everything that's around it. You're not seeing shit. So unless you get up on the hill, you're not going to be able to see anything. And quite honestly, if you go and look at the video that I made, shooting the bull with Carl, I think that's what it was called. TCP and I were eating ribeye, and all these cattle were out there moaning and groaning and making all kinds of hoopla. He actually went up on the hill to see if he could see them. Couldn't see them. They weren't 100 yards. They were maybe 50 yards away from us somewhere. But he couldn't see any of them, and there was a bunch of them. Okay, and this is just the evening. It was still light out. He went on the hill. He couldn't see shit. He went down into the wash, and he went across the wash and through the bush to the other side of the wash. Couldn't see shit. So even though we could hear them, we couldn't see them. We don't know where the hell they were at. They were close, and there was a bunch of them. But again, couldn't see them. So, you know, a 300-yard shot, you know, he's got this 30-06. Keeps bugging me to get a 30-06 so we have the same ammo. I I'm really still in the corner of wanting to have a semi-auto, you know, a sapper, basically, semi-auto precision rifle. I've just always loved the M&P 10. I think it's just a fantastic rifle. Smith & Wesson makes some great affordable rifles. You know, the Colt, that was a $1,000 rifle. Smith & Wesson M&P 15 will set you back $500 to $600. If you find one at a pawn shop, absolutely get it. Yeah, you might be able to get it a lot cheaper than you could online. That's another thing that clown said, don't buy a used gun unless you get a warranty. Shut up. If you know anything about your rifle, you'll know whether it's abused or not. And if it's a decent rifle, the parts are just overwhelming that you can, all the shit you can buy for these rifles. Everything fits in everything else. You know, AR-15s, that platform has been around for so long. The patent's been long gone on that thing, so there's no patent protection on it anymore. Everybody makes an AR-15, and you can buy parts all day long for it. So, just because it's a used rifle, unless the barrel somehow has got some corrosion or pits in it or something like that, I would say, shut up. And even that, you can change out the barrel. So, you know, upper, lower. Oh, and this clown's a total piston gun person, too. I knew it was going to come up like that. They, talking about, oh, gas impingement is old, antique, blah, blah, blah. Dude. Again, you know nothing of what you talk about. Gas impingement, again, has been around since the AR-15 started. It's just, you know, not so much it's been recently, but people designed a piston gun, which I'm not really a big fan of. And I'm not really a fan of billet. I like forged. Uppers and lowers, not billet. You know, billet tend to be a bit heavier. This person is like all over the POF, AR-10 style, whatever, 308. And you know how fantastic it is. And it's a piston gun. Direct gas impingement has been a reliable platform since the rifle was built. I prefer it over a piston gun for sure. And you know, it's just a matter of your personal choice for the most part. And there's a lot of tests out there from a lot of respected people that, you know, the piston gun is not necessarily as reliable as a gas impingement. Case in point, I know this is not a, you know, it's not an AR, but you know, it's a piston gun. It's reliable, but it's not nearly as reliable as a pump. It's just faster, and yeah, it's, you know, it's a pretty reliable rifle, but it still had bugs in it. I still might have to do a few things to it, but for my purposes, the Mossberg SPX, the 930 SPX is fantastic. It's a fun gun to shoot. Well, I'm very happy with it, and I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. Buy a 308. We'll be buying a 308 down the road here, no problem. Oh, now this person went as far. Sorry, it's gonna turn into a long rant. This is what just pisses me off. Person goes as far to start, you know, or to say, you know, you need to get one right now, blah, blah, blah. You know, live a frugal life. Stop buying this. Stop going out to dinner. Stop, you know, going to the movies. And Jackhammer Mike smokes enough cigarettes to buy a 308 every year. It's like, dude, really? You're going to fucking just keep rambling on about my personal lifestyle and my personal choices and my personal area and, you know, the way we live out here and all this other shit where you don't know me, you've never met me, you don't know the area that we shoot. You know, if you'd looked at any of the videos, you could see the area and how forested, to use the term, it is. Even the place where we shoot, where we were doing the run and gun. Now that's a barren desert, and it's completely 180 degrees from where Camp Contingency is. But it's enough of there's enough trees and all around it that you can't see, you know, that far unless you're shooting it on a particular path, you know, like where we could probably go a 500-yard shot where our shooting area is. I mean, it is sparse, but you can see from the video that there's a lot of vegetation out there. So thanks for listening, guys. I totally appreciate it. Do a little blade touch up on this, get the Duracoat off of the blade and the serrations and all. And I appreciate you guys listening to me rant. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And that's it. I'm out.